and welcome to the Desi Outsiders podcast. I'm Meenal.
And I'm Ankita.
And this week's episode, we tell you what we've been up to in the month-long break we took after season 1.
You'll hear about the updates on our website and find out how to start writing with us.
Stay tuned until the end for a weird Desi bedroom malfunction. And no, we're not talking about decor or furnishing over here. Find out how your story can get featured in next week's episode. So let's jump into the show.
Hey Meenal, how does it feel to be speaking into a mic again, the old-fashioned way?
It feels great, Ankita, and it's really nice to speak to you again on the podcast and not just our usual date nights that we have every single day.
Our phone conversations.
Yeah, so I think that we're both very happy to be back. I've been very busy studying. I have my last and final exam coming up at the end of the week, so I'm ready to get all of that out of the way and just spend a lot of time with Desi Outsiders and all the updates that we'll be giving you in this episode.
In fact, today is a Monday. It's the 30th of Jan. That's the day on which we're recording this episode. And today you just finished an exam.
And I'm surviving on 2 hours sleep just to get this recorded and done.
Yeah. So we released our final episode of season 1 on the 29th of December. And today, the day on which we're recording is actually the 30th of Jan. So it's been exactly a month and 1 day since we last released our episode, but we've been in touch with our audience through YouTube videos and short videos here and there. But in the meantime, I have been getting a lot of updates ready with Shane, and we've successfully managed to change a lot of technical aspects of our podcast. And as you already know, I've also been working with you on the side, updating many, what they call the aesthetic aspects of our podcast.
Yeah, so this episode really is just all about the updates we've made this season, and we're so happy to share them with you, especially because not just Ankita and myself, but Shane as well has put in a lot of hard work, and this is our soul and our life that we're putting in here. So Ankita, you can start off by telling everybody about our new website that we have.
Yep, our very first update is the new website. So when we built the initial version of our website, if you remember that, we mostly had a community in mind, and what we wanted was to make something that would be easy for people to interact, to talk to each other in, and be a part of a community, basically. But in a lot of ways, we were not satisfied with the restrictions it was posing to us as a podcast because, well, we are primarily a podcast, and the website should first and foremost cater to that. So Shane and I started researching into ways to make this the optimum website for a podcast. So we wanted it to be both user-friendly so that people can feel like they can comment and they can be a part of a community. But at the same time, we didn't want to feel restricted when we were posting our videos or posting our audio content. We wanted to have a music player and all these things. But we realized that there aren't many themes out there that are ideal for podcasts, or at least for our podcast. So there was nothing out there that we could really relate to and picture ourselves using.
I remember sending you so many links of different themes, and we just didn't find the right one.
Yeah, we just couldn't agree on anything.
Guess what Shane did? Guess what he did?
He actually built the theme and the entire website from scratch. So if you go to our website right now, if you go to www.desioutsiders.com right now, whatever you see is what Shane literally built from scratch. So he wrote every single line of code in there. And my contribution and Meenal's contribution was mostly in terms of telling him what goes where, what feature we wanted, what colors we wanted to use and all that. We basically did all the fun work, and he's the one who actually worked his ass off.
Yeah, Shane, I will show my appreciation in the form of apple crumble whenever I do meet you one day.
Yeah.
And I promise I'll make you that apple crumble with fresh custard as well. So
yeah, that's something that we're going to make you do when we meet up. So I just want to thank him for, doing this for us. And one main thing that I really want to thank him for is the fact that he did it without posing a single complaint. So one thing I've learned from Shane is that if there's work that needs to be done, you get that work done. So those of you who don't already know, Shane is my husband, and he balances a 9 to 5 job, and then he does all this extra work on the side. And that's quite commendable, I feel, because he never complains about staying up late or waking up early to do all this extra work and just finishing everything off. So this new website, if you go to www.desioutsiders.com, that is our blood, sweat, and tears. You'll see a new
Shane's
design.
blood, sweat, and tears.
Mostly Shane's blood, sweat, and tears. There's a new website altogether, and there's a new design, there's a new look, there are new features, and a lot of these fun updates for you guys on our website.
So one of the most important things we really wanted to work on, as Ankita said, was to build our community. And we had a blog section in our previous website that we had, and Ankita and I would update that mainly on a weekly basis when we did have the chance to write about something.
Yep.
But this time we've changed that completely, and the blog section of the website or of our entity is now called Feminism India. For those of you who don't know about Ankita and I and how we met, this is basically how we met. It was through Feminism India. Last year, I came up with the idea of it was the same idea, bringing a community of people and just sharing our ideas, and if we can, educate people on a lot of topics related to feminism issues in India. The main idea that I had in mind was just to make sure that feminism is branded in such a different way these days, that people associate it with specific things and there's a stigma attached to it. And this is not what we want to do with Feminism India. We really want to get to the true depth of how, as women in India, we can work together and live harmoniously in our community. So this is how I met Ankita, and we have a few articles up on the website already, and I'm sure you would love them all. And we are just really excited to see how our blog section and our community can grow through this part of the website.
Yes, especially in India, we want to try and redefine the way in which people look at feminism. There are so many Indians out there who like to say, hey, don't get me wrong, I'm not a feminist. So basically, if you believe in equality and you believe that everyone should be given a fair chance, and then you say, oh, so that means you're a feminist, and people say, don't get me wrong, I'm not a feminist. That's a heavy word to be associated with. We just want to put a few ideas out there so that people understand these basic concepts and can be a part of this community.
I just want to really reiterate that this is more of a platform to educate people. It isn't a platform to attack people. It isn't a platform to play the victim. It's more of a case of educating people and just finding solutions of how we can all work together.
And now for our third update. And this is one of those updates that has me really excited because we now have 2 new contributors to the blog, and they will be sharing articles with you guys on a weekly basis.
Yeah, so our first contributor is Simran, and Simran is based in Delhi. She's a student at the moment, and I haven't obviously personally met her because she's on the other side of the world. But Simran and I have spoken at length about a lot of things, and it's just one of those things, Ankita, when you speak to someone and you feel that they're on the same boat as you and you're moving towards the right direction. It's a nice feeling to have. And again, as you said, building our community is just one of the important things that we're doing right now. And Simran has written her first piece, which is quite funny because she put it up on Friday. We put it up last week, and then 2 days later we put the website down. So we're very sorry, Simran. I know a lot of your friends want to visit that, but I'm sure it's worth the wait once we put it up in the next few days.
Our second contributor is Ranjita Dilraj, who is one of my closest friends, one of my best friends, and she recently completed her master's in gender studies from the University College of London. And I'm really excited that she's on board with us. And Ranjita and I, we've known each other for
this is like a dream come true. It's like two best friends, considering that I'm my best friend as well.
It is because Ranjita and I, we've known each other for over 8 years, and we've literally, in 8 years, we've grown as people, and we've literally grown up discussing so many ideas, so many views, and now she's going to be a part of something that I'm so passionate about, that she's also so passionate about. I feel so happy that she's joined our little family as well. So we're very excited to have them both on board. And it's so surreal to see our little Desi Outsiders family, which initially comprised of just three people, you, me, and Shane, expanding with new members who have new thoughts and novel ideas to share with us all. It's truly the best feeling. So, just like you guys welcomed us into your homes through our blog posts, podcast episodes, and YouTube videos, we hope that you make a little extra space in your hearts for both Ranjita and Simran as well.
So, just as we came across Ranjita and Simran, the next update we do want to let you know is that we are recruiting people to join us. And just like the two new additions to our family, we're on the lookout for more of you to join us and write for us. So, if you're passionate about current affairs, feminism, politics, socialism, anything under the sun, any other isms out there, reach out to us either by dropping an email to mail@desioutsiders.com or by directly messaging us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. And you'll find us here under the handle at the Desi Outsiders. And after speaking to you, we'll be asking you to send in a sample of your writing, just to fill in Ankita's ego a little bit.
No, I won't even be looking at the sample to be honest.
No, I mean, obviously, we just need to make sure we're all on the same page. That's really what it is. And we have editors on board who will review your sample just to make sure that we're putting out the right facts and we're not playing a Donald Trump in our
Oh my
website. So we personally will not be reviewing your articles because we feel that we might get too personal and we want to be able to distance ourselves from the pieces. So just as a heads up, you can always look back at our website just to see the kind of things that people are writing from Simran, from Ranjita in the future, and Ankita and myself have been writing as well. And of course, Ankita has her own blog, ankita.inc. So you can always just have an idea. But please just remember, quality is of utmost importance and the truth is of utmost importance. So when you send in your submissions, just please bear this in mind. And once again, mail@desioutsiders.com or on social media, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, we are at the Desi Outsiders.
And another thing we just want to add to that is that you don't have to be a female in order to write or contribute to a platform called Feminism India. We hope that in this 21st century, we don't have to explain the meaning of feminism or any of the other isms to you guys. So basically, to join our community, all you have to be is human. It's not a prerequisite to be either female or desi or straight or gay. There's not even an age bar. So if you're a teenager who has ideas to share with us, send them in. And if you're a parent or a grandparent who wants to contribute, let's hear what you have to say. Actually, we can't wait to get to start knowing you guys.
Yeah, because we don't really have many friends, so to have more.
I mean, in the break month that we took, we were doing Desi Outsider stuff. We don't have a life. We don't have any friends.
So we kind of need you guys.
I mean, the only other friend I have, I recruited into this. Yeah.
But also, we in season 2, the biggest excitement for me is that we won't just have one episode a week. We will bring in our mini episodes, and instead of dropping in and saying hi just on Thursdays, we're also going to release episodes on Tuesdays, and this will probably be in the form of YouTube videos. It'll be more casual. You'll see the goofy side of me, and you'll see the the fun side of Ankita as well. And it's just a way for you guys to interact with us, get to know us better, because we believe the more you know us as people, the more you can relate to us and the more you can connect with us. You can find all of our YouTube videos under the category Nibbles on our website. So from now on, we'll see you twice a week.
Just to clarify, these are going to be mini episodes, and sometimes if we don't feel that we need to put out a YouTube video, it might be a tiny little podcast episode as well, but they're not going to be as long as this one. They're just going to be really, really tiny.
Because we know how much you need us twice a week.
So finally, I've been waiting for this for so long. Let's talk about what's gonna happen next week, shall we? So we have something very special lined up for you guys.
So on next week's episode will go up right before Valentine's Day. So Ankita, do you and Shane celebrate Valentine's Day?
It's slightly complicated because Shane's birthday falls exactly 7 days after, exactly 1 week after Valentine's Day. So it's on the 21st of Feb. So I kind of started this tradition where starting from 14th of Feb to the 21st, we're going to have like a Shane week. where it's like Valentine's and his birthday, and I like to pamper him, and I like to, buy him a few tiny
Is your
presents here and there.
is your version of pampering him is making him do websites?
Yeah,
Is that how
let him
you?
let him do what he likes doing best. Anyway,
Of
but
course.
what I'm saying is that it's a week-long celebration, and I feel that all couples have their own thing, and we just do this week-long thing from Valentine's Day to Shane's birthday.
Wow, Shane, I'm very sorry you have to go through this. I don't know how many years of this you have to go through, but here at the Desi Outsiders headquarters, yes, I just said
Oh
headquarters,
my
we
God.
want to dedicate this Valentine's we want to dedicate this Valentine's special to the weird love stories of Desi couples. And I've been raised in Europe, so I haven't heard or seen many of these, but I've heard it from Ankita, from my cousins, and I just find them really hilarious.
Yeah,
So
they're
please
more
send us,
funny than anything else. They're not.
yeah, because they feel so harmless as well most of the
Yeah,
time.
yeah, yeah,
So
yeah,
you
yeah.
just have to laugh and just send us your funniest or weirdest thing your boyfriend or girlfriend has ever said to you or done or any scenario you've been in, and we'll compile a list of weirdness to make everything weird for Valentine's this year.
That's how we roll. But just to give you an example and to set your mood for what to expect next week, this part Meenal doesn't even know about because this I prepared on my own. I want to share an excerpt from Twinkle Khanna's blog with you. Okay, this is something that she wrote in, I believe, May 2015, and this is a
Mm-hmm.
blog post on Times of India called "The Middle-Aged Bachelor's Party." It's basically where she's sitting with one of her female friends, and she's discussing how the male friends from their circle never got married. Most of them are unmarried. So she and her friends start calling up these male friends and ask them why they didn't get married. And one of these male friends told her a story, and I'm going to read out exactly what the male friend told her. Okay.
Okay.
He was dating a Gujarati girl, and one day, my friend, in the grip of passion and wanting to emulate the West in this act, along with everything else, started repeatedly spanking his girlfriend on the bottom while saying, "Who's your daddy? Who's your daddy?" The Gujarati girl, who I assume had never played this particular game before, called out shrilly, "Hasmukh Patel! Hasmukh Patel is my daddy!" Unfortunately, my friend's name is not
Oh,
Hasmukh
that's
Patel.
hilarious. So this is exactly what we mean by weird. This is the first time I've heard of this, and that's hilarious.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be a weird story from the bedroom, but that's what the criteria was specifically looking for. In fact, there is no criteria really, but it could be a sexist remark that your boyfriend made, or it could be a xenophobic remark your girlfriend made. We all make these mistakes from time to time. And we just want to have a bit of fun. So we Desis are so diverse, and our thought processes are even more diverse. So send in any kind of weirdness in, and your story might actually get told on next week's episode.
Also, just a quick reminder, don't forget to apply to Write for Feminism India because we're really looking forward to having you on board. So just putting it out there.
Just casually putting it out
Just
there.
casually mentioning it before we end the episode.
So until next week, we'll see you on Tuesday.
Yep.
So until Tuesday, I'm Meenal,
And I'm Ankita.
and we are the Desi Outsiders.